Hello and welcome everyone to my personal watch list for the Winter 2018 series. And we have some pretty good contenders this season. I think that overall it's, been a great year since we have the explosive release of Devilman Crybaby and all of those other things. But this is just going to be my other personal picks that are still ongoing airing right now. And without further ado, let's get started. The next show we have is Yurika, or Laid Back Camp. And it's about these two girls and their various misadventures to Japanese campsites. I really like this anime as it's able to give me nice fun interactions between these characters, as well as nice little tidbits of knowledge about camping that I never would have known about. This anime tried not to slack on its background art, as we see the various wild campsites and the forests and lakesides. We see the team actually wanted to care about this project and see how much of this forest can we fit into this one frame. And I really enjoyed that attention to detail. It makes me feel like I'm actually there. It's fun seeing the interactions between Shimarin and Kagamihara Nadeshiko. See a veteran camper trying to teach the newbie the ways of doing it. It's all in the fun of just trying to see this hobby of camping, and I really like that. I hope this show warms you up as much as it did for me, and just please give it a watch. I think it's a very enjoyable experience. On to the next show. The next show on the list is Sori Yorimo Toi Bosho, or A Place Farther in the Universe. And it's about these four girls that are sent on a first civilian expedition to Antarctica. It's about Tamaki Mari, who wishes for a change in her life. Somewhere to go, somewhere to be, somewhere new, something she hasn't ever seen before. And she gets to do that with Kobishizawa Shiraise. Her goal is to travel to Antarctica and to find her mother that was lost in a blizzard. And hilarious circumstances, Tamaki and Shiraise join together with the goal of Antarctica in mind. They are then picked up by two others, Hinata and Shiraishi-san. With the duo joining up to become a group of four, they all head together with smiles on their faces to Antarctica. This show is a delight, seeing them try to travel off and work towards that goal that is Antarctica. And choosing such a unique location, as I don't think anyone in anime has actually ever gone there. We forget that it even exists. I think it's going to be a very unique, fun show. Being able to make you laugh and pull at your heartstrings makes me want to cheer on for these characters that much more. And that's all I have to really say about this show. I think it's enjoyable, and I like it, so maybe you might give it a try as well. Tomochi was a show that I actually just watched yesterday. It was out of the urging of my brother, who had just watched a Mother's Basement video and just said, "Hey, why don't we just pop this on and watch it?" And the moment we saw it, I fell in love with it. As of the recording of this video, I have only watched the first episode of this show, which I just did yesterday. But, I like it overall. It had such a strong first episode that I have very high hopes for whatever the rest I see. What I like about this series is it able to give a microscopic perspective on what life would be like every single day. Seeing them trying to struggle to the grass, cutting it up, trying to make their way back home, only realize the dresser they're carrying all the way through 1 foot of their house because it's just too big. I find that to be a very hilarious situation. Life on the micro scale isn't necessarily that different, as they all go to the market, search for something to eat, and search for things to wear. So it's a very enjoyable watch. If you ever read a story of Frog and Toad, it'll actually be very reminiscent to this anime, and I think it's actually a great return back to a sense of nostalgia because I read that as a kid. And I believe anyone that enjoyed that book series will enjoy this show as well. So, give it a watch. Alright, this show would be somewhere on the list, right? And it's, again, After the Rain, or Koi wa Anagari no Yoni. And we had a previous video last week just explaining why you should watch it overall. And at first, my opinion varied from my brother's. I thought it was a decent show with an interesting hook on the romance, and didn't see much further than that. But the more I watched it, the more I got engrossed to wondering if she would actually get together with them, and seeing them try to actually figure out if they are compatible to each other is a very interesting journey to watch. So if that last video didn't convince you, let's see if this video does. Just give it a watch. The last show that I have on the list is Violet Evergarden, and I'm pretty sure most of you guys are watching this show, as it was pushed very heavily and being lauded for its great animation and art. And overall, I would say that I am decently liking the show, as I think it's very technically impressive, but most of the emotional and narrative points I can't really get along with, I understand that she Violet is supposed to be a person learning how to love, learning what it means to be human. And, you know, maybe it's just, I think it's just a personal distaste of mine, maybe. It's just something I can't really get along with, but I can understand the appeal for it. And again, I'm just watching it for the art. It's very pleasant. So, there you have it. Those are the 5 shows I'm watching this season, and maybe you guys should too. So, if you guys like this video, please remember to like and subscribe. And if anything else, see you guys later.